Welcome everyone, it's Holmes here from Cubensquare. So it's day-to-day activities of a DevOps engineer from a DevOps engineer. So recently I met one of the DevOps engineer from a telecom company in Copper Kitchen, Mugapur. So we had an item named Kili Barota. So that's Malabar Barota that is laced with hot vegetable chicken based masala and placed inside a banana leaf before it is steamed. It's awesome taste, so try it once. Coming back, he holds 6 years of IT experience and 2 years with relevant DevOps experience. He's from Theni, a town in Tamil Nadu, and Theni is known for Surali Falls, Megamalai, Vaigai Dam, Chinna Surali Falls, Shanmuga Nadi Dam, then Kumbhakarnai Falls, and so on. He spoke about his experience, and I thought it would be worthwhile sharing his day-to-day life as a DevOps engineer to this forum. So he supports around 10 primary applications, and each of those 10 applications has several microservices. Tool stack, he supports AWS, Docker, Containerd, Kubernetes, Jenkins, TeamCity, Rundeck, GitHub, Ansible, Prometheus, Grafana, Datadog, Splunk. So he also mentioned that there were several tools which got introduced as and when he was continuing the journey as a DevOps engineer. So it's not mandate that when you join a company you should have knowledge about all those tools. Rather, when you start, you will come across those tools and you'll be put in a position to learn that and then work on it. Okay, so be ready for those things as well. And with respect to environment, he supports test, pre-production and production. Platform, he's about, they have both on-premises and AWS environment. Key stakeholders, that is the most important things. Okay, so whenever a person is joining as a DevOps engineer, he must know who all will be the stakeholders, who all he'll be working alongside. Okay, so mainly it would be they themselves, DevOps engineers, developers, cloud architect, product owner, scrum master, engineering manager, ops production support, network engineers, infra team. So all these teams will be there. So these are the split up of his company. Probably every company will have their own split up. They might also include a firewall engineer or DB engineer, and they'll be having layers like engineering managers, senior managers, directors, and so on. So his day-to-day activities involve attending daily Scrum call led by Scrum Master, meetings with other stakeholders on planning, grooming, POC discussions, that is proof of concept discussions, pick up the tickets assigned in Jira and work on it, update the tickets. So all the tickets for DevOps engineers are getting assigned in Jira ticket. So every day you have to come look into the tickets and see what are the backlogs, what are the tickets in progress, what are the tickets which are in blocking mode. So you have to just start working on those. Make sure that you update those tickets so that you can provide an update in the Scrum call. Check the Slack channels for queries and support required for different stakeholders and respond accordingly. So you'll be having multiple Slack channels. He himself was mentioning that he was having hard time in managing the channels alone, and he'll not know which channels has got what update, where they're looking for his help, and all these challenges are there. But slowly he was getting used to all those channels, and he started monitoring those channels and responding accordingly. So he had a team of 20 members. So all the 20 members will be assigned with respective applications. So they have to manage those queries and help the team. Then check for alerts in the Slack channels. Alerts will include CPU, memory, storage threshold levels, node down, pod not in running status, application errors, auto scaling not happening, health check failed, DB replication disconnect, Kubernetes master component issues, etc. The alert actually will be looked up by the ops production support initially. So they have a pre-layer, that is a L1 ops team. So they are responsible for all the production issues. So whenever there is any alert as such in Slack or as a ticket, they will immediately go and look into the documentation given to them. Okay, they have been given with steps of informations what they have to do when they get an alert. So they will follow that. In case if the issues are not getting resolved, then they will pull in the DevOps team and the developers team to chime in and provide the solution for it. Then discuss with developers for new environment setup, application flow, load testing results, fine-tuning of DevOps tools. So he was mainly talking about the load testing with the developers. So whenever they are being requested to create a new environment, so they discuss with the developers to understand how the load testing has been done, how many users were tested, how the CPU memory and storage fluctuations are. So according to the usage, now the DevOps engineers will come up with a proposal. They will get signed off with the architect and developers and then implement that. It's not that the DevOps engineers decide on their own, do something and then just tell that okay, the environment is ready. No, it is a collaboration of teams. Okay, and he also specifically told that they have a very good collaboration among the team, so that things were a bit easy, because if you do not have that rapport and collaboration within the developers, architect and others, the journey will be a bit hard, right? And you will end up duplicating the works. Then sprint demo on any key task completion or new tool POC. Example, they were actually using Datadog as well. So if Datadog has been introduced newly, we will work on the proof of concept, learn about the new technology and give a demo to internal team first, later to the entire stakeholders. So initially they were using Grafana and Prometheus. Later on they got introduced with Datadog, and this team was responsible to do the proof of concept, implement that in the current test environment, see how it works, have a test run with certain application teams, give an internal demo to the DevOps team, then go wider to the entire stakeholders so that they are aware about this Datadog implementation. Then few of the troubleshooting scenarios which he mentioned was like they will get into issues like pod not running, performance issue, CPU load issue as client query might be running for a long time. So I was asking what exactly you are trying to say. So it's like their clients are also business partners, so they will be running certain queries on their platforms. When the queries are running for a long time, which is not expected, or they might be using a script which is not intended to, right, or which they would have not tested before, they might be running the script for the first time. That will end up into consuming more resources. That will have an issue, that will lead to an issue. Rundeck jobs are getting stuck, Kubernetes pods are getting evicted from the node, Kubernetes master components are getting restarted, auto scaling is not happening, logs are not getting pushed from Kubernetes pod to Splunk, container images are not getting pulled from the registry, Kubernetes node down issues, core DNS terminated, that is one of the Kubernetes master components. Then out of 3 regions in AWS, one region is down, complete performance issues, hence switch the traffic to other regions. Right? Basically they have 3 regions in AWS. So if the primary region is down, this team will be pulled in and they will be requested to switch the region from the primary to secondary immediately, so that the issue is getting mitigated. Then RDS replication breakup issues, Ansible playbook parallel execution issues. That is, see, by default Ansible playbooks are getting executed parallelly across multiple servers. At times what happens is such parallel executions will result in CPU consumption or running for a long time, or servers not getting connected and all these things. So they end up having issues like that, then application issues and all these things. So this was the initial level of discussion what I was having with them. So we have still, I was discussing about his previous role, that is before DevOps engineer, what role he was playing, what was his day-to-day activities, and how he got switched from that initial domain to DevOps. So stay tuned. Thank you all. Bye-bye.